Okay, so Ari Fletcher posted 6 words on X, and now half the internet is in Taina Williams' business. That's where we are. June 22nd, Monday. Ari pulls up to her timeline. 2.9 million people watching. And drops. I have a whole saved album of wedding inspo. I want a magical wedding. Bride emoji, ring emoji. Done. She actually just left the tweet sitting there and walked away.
Tell the angels hello. I don't wanna leave my baby.
And the comment sections went absolutely feral, but not even necessarily about Ari. Within minutes, everybody was talking about Taina. New Year's Eve, 2025. Herbo proposes to Taina Williams at Brooklyn Chop House in Miami. And this wasn't a quick surprise ring pull situation. This man put together a whole production, 1,000 White Roses. New Year's Eve, 2025. Herbo proposes to Taina Williams at Brooklyn Chop House in Miami. And this wasn't a quick surprise ring pull situation. This man put together a whole production, 1,000 White Roses. Neo's Champagne Life, playing in the background. Sultan pepper lobster, Wagyu steaks, caviar on the table. Taina's mom, Emily B., in the room. Meek Mill was there. It was an event. Herbo got on one knee, called her the most important thing in his life, told her there's no version of him without her, addressed her by her full government name, Taina Dominique Williams, and asked her to marry him. She said yes. The next day he posted the recap on Instagram, joking that he made her sign a death row contract and called it one of the best days of his life. The ring was a massive sparkler from Pristine Jewelers, and people were genuinely losing it over the whole moment. Now, Ari Fletcher is Herbo's ex. They have a son together, Yosan, who's 7. So she's connected to this entire situation, not loosely, not by association. She's in it. And fast forward 6 months to June 22nd, she hops on X, talking about wanting a magical wedding and a whole saved album of inspo. Comment section did not miss that. The Shade Room posted it, and the reactions came fast. At CrownVic_, went straight for it. Start with a magical husband that doesn't cheat on you whenever he feels like it. Which, okay, that's pointed. Because Ari herself confirmed in 2023 that Moneybagg Yo cheated on her. She admitted she stayed, said he only gets one pass, and that it would be over for him if he did it again. So that's already on the table publicly. Not gossip, not rumor. Ari's own words. Then came the Taina wave at Dia, Ria 26. Damn Taina engagement got her in shambles. At Priyan Rose 25. Always trying to compete with the actual FIANCE Taina. At Brownskint 1 got specific about it. She knows Herb and Ty about to have the most magical wedding of the year, so here she comes. At My Spammy Spam just said Chili E. There she go, want to be like Taina again. And left it there. At My Spammy Spam didn't need to elaborate. Nobody needed more. There was also a Moneybagg thread running parallel to all of it. At Dear Heidi just asked, Lulum, so is this message for us or Moneybagg? At Pinky X Dior said, Sis, I think this message is for Moneybagg. Tell 'em. And then at Events by Neagle said something that honestly stopped me. It's sad Taina got the life she wanted with her BD. I don't see Moneybagg getting married anytime soon. That one isn't mean. That one is just observational. And it landed because it's true. Moneybagg has never publicly proposed, never floated the idea, never hinted at it. They've been together since 2019. That's not a new relationship. That's a whole era. And in that entire stretch of time, through everything, no ring has entered the conversation. And there's been a lot of everything. The cheating that Ari confirmed publicly. The heart-shaped diamond ring he gave her for her birthday in 2023. Not an engagement ring, people, a gift that people briefly hoped was something more. The name tattoo he got, The repeated cycle of something goes sideways. They go quiet, then they resurface together looking fine. Then there was late 2025. Ari posted some really heavy emotional stuff on social media, the kind of posts that made everyone genuinely believe they had split. People were already writing the breakup post-mortem. Then she came back and apologized to both Moneybagg and the internet for stirring up the speculation, saying she was going through something personally and shouldn't have put it out there like that. And Moneybagg's response to the whole chaos? He tweeted, "Internet is one thing, real life another, gotta know the difference," which is the kind of response that technically says nothing, while confirming everything is fine. A masterclass in saying the minimum. They showed up together at an event in Las Vegas in August 2025, and that was that situation closed. Nobody explained it. Life continued. So when you zoom out and look at the actual timeline, 7 years, confirmed cheating, public emotional meltdowns, multiple near breakup moments, reconciliations with no explanation, and then you land on June 22nd, 2026, with Ari posting about wanting a magical wedding. It feels like a woman who's been waiting for something that hasn't come yet and decided to say it out loud to 2.9 million people instead of privately. Hi, to be fair, not everyone came to fight. At Brains, ND.Beauty said, "Y'all so negative, can a girl dream? I hope she gets the chance to have that FR. At FlawlessandBrown_ echoed it, "I think most women have a dream wedding in mind. Y'all chill on her." At Jade0269 just said, "I pray she gets her magical wedding," and kept it moving. Those people exist too. They're just quieter, because for years, the dynamic between them was tense. You've got Ari G. Herbo's ex-mother of his oldest son, Yosan. Then Taina, his current partner, mother of their 2 younger kids, Essex and Emmy. There was history there. There was public friction. There were moments. The 2 of them were spotted together at a club in Miami. Not just in the same room, actually together. Dancing, embracing, having a whole night out like genuine friends. Then they went out again. Then in April 2025, both of them showed up to celebrate Yosan's 7th birthday with all the kids together. Think about that for a second. Ari's son, Taina's kids, both mothers present, and by all accounts, it was positive. G. Herbo went on record saying he was proud of them for putting the kids first and making it work. The internet went genuinely soft over it and called them the duo we never knew we needed. People were happy. It felt like a real mature resolution to a situation that could have been ugly for a long time. So that matters when you're reading this tweet. Because if Ari and Taina are actually cool, if they've genuinely built something respectful, then maybe this tweet is not about Taina at all. Maybe it's just Ari saying what she wants. Maybe she's always wanted a big wedding and this is genuinely just her speaking that into existence. That's a completely valid read. But, and this is a big but, the internet doesn't operate on benefit of the doubt when there's a 6-month-old engagement sitting right there in the room. Taina just got proposed to in the most elaborate, romantic, filmed and posted way possible. And now Ari's announcing she wants exactly that. The word she used was magical. The same energy, the same vibe, the same dream, and the internet connected that whether Ari wanted them to or not. Moneybagg said absolutely nothing, which, honestly, silence from a man whose girlfriend just publicly announced she wants a magical wedding with a whole album saved to 2.9 million people. That silence is its own kind of answer. He didn't like the tweet. He didn't leave a ring emoji in the comments. He didn't quote tweet it with something playful. He didn't post anything that same day, pointing to her or to them. Just nothing. And when you know this man has shown up publicly for Ari before, the tattoo, the birthday ring, the Las Vegas event, his complete non-response to what is essentially a public declaration of what she wants from life is loud. It's one of those things where you're sitting there and you're like, Does he not know? He knows. He has 2.9 million reasons to know. He just didn't feel the need to respond to it. And that tells you exactly where the ring conversation stands between them privately, probably better than any interview would. Taina also said nothing. Herbo said nothing. And honestly, good for them. They don't need to respond to a tweet that didn't mention them. But the internet pulled Taina into the comments anyway just because the dots connect themselves. And what's really interesting from a media standpoint is how quickly the coverage flipped from being about Ari's tweet to being about Taina's engagement. Every blog post, every Shade Room reaction roundup, every TikTok breakdown, Taina's name is in the headline. A woman who posted nothing, said nothing, and did nothing became the center of a story that was technically started by someone else. That's how much cultural weight that engagement carries. And that's how clearly people understand the geography of this situation. The blogs picked it up. The Shade Room ran it. T-Pages put it in their stories. And what's interesting is that nobody needed Ari to say anything dramatic for this to get traction. The tweet did all the work, just by existing without. That's kind of Ari's thing at this point. She's understood something that a lot of influencers haven't, which is that ambiguity travels faster than directness. You put something vague in the air, let people connect the dots, and you never have to be accountable for anything, because technically, you just said you want a wedding. That's not a crime. That's not shade. That's just a preference. She's a girl who wants flowers and a ring. Problem is, everything the tweet is surrounded by. And she knows that better than anybody. What this tweet does, whether Ari planned it or not, is apply pressure in a very public way. You post to nearly 3 million followers that you want a magical wedding. You're sitting on a whole saved album, and you leave the tweet up. Your man sees it. The internet sees it. The comparison to the situation with his son's mom and her ring gets made automatically. If Moneybagg had any kind of internal timeline for doing something, Ari just dragged that private conversation into public territory and let millions of people ask the question on her behalf. And if he had no timeline, then now everyone is watching to see whether he responds to the idea or ignores it. Either way, the narrative is moving, and she's the one who moved it. For Ari, the risk in all of this is that she's built a pattern. She expresses something she wants. The internet clocks it. Moneybagg says the minimum or nothing, and life continues as it was. That cycle has run before.